Yeah. Yeah.
Look at me.
Bench mob, they're speaking the facts that you wanna hear. They rep a jersey, the vision is clear. Diamonds glisten like a chandelier. You know what I'm here for, like Marshawn Lynch. At clutch time, we do not flinch. Real brothers, we do not switch. Hit home runs with the right pitch. Who run the city? What to do when they hating on you? I feel like Kobe 2010. I ain't taking an L, all I need is a win. Business is business, you know how they go. You glad the seats, now it's time to grow. Tuning now, gotta be in the know. Showtime, bitch, my about to blow.
I ain't seen from now. Wow, she was really. I was trying to tell you. Next my podcast. What's up, bro? Welcome back to another episode of the Bench Mob ENT. We are back, full squad here. We got a guest. Of course, you know what we be talking about. Everything today, basketball, some football, what's going on in the Big Easy with Zion, Raising Cane's, all that good stuff. But before we get into that, we're going to do the introductions. Greg, Mr. Hot Take Sends Me, how you doing tonight?
I'm good, man. I'm good. I'm ready to get into it. Got a lot to talk about.
Miles Smooth Operator Davenport, how you doing tonight?
Doing good.
And of course, I got my OG Big Mike in the building tonight. Mike, talk to him. How you doing tonight, man?
I'm doing great. I'm ready to get started.
So we're going to start off with some NBA predictions of the second half. We had a couple games already happen tonight. Some little rapid fire, whatever comes to your mind to these statements. First thing that comes to your mind, the Lakers will be
A playing team.
In a power struggle, the words that came in my mind.
so playing team, right? Are we seeing them getting out that play-in?
I mean, just off the strength of having LeBron on your team, I think they can, but they're not a threat in the West at this point. I mean, AD can't stay healthy for 2 games in a row, so.
Yeah, I think he's allergic to health. I'm a Lakers fan. Y'all already know how I feel about this.
Right.
Like, we could go on a whole rant on that because he's really been irking my nerves this year. I'm glad I ain't putting no money on no Lakers games because I would have lost a lot of bread. Nikki probably would have been upset at me because it would have been, lights is off. Yeah, I lost it on Anthony Davis. Like, nah, that's not. You said power struggle. Allude, give me more on
I
that.
think that's a more interesting thing to talk about when you talk about the Lakers. You talk about LeBron and his power struggle with Pelinka because I think that's really what we're talking about. I know that Rich Paul came out and denied it and said that that's not the case, that they're not in a power struggle. But
It wasn't me.
Right. But we know Bron. Everyone knows Bron well enough. The classic Bron move is, okay, cool. I'm 37. I'm having my best offensive season ever, and you guys didn't do anything at the trade deadline. Yeah, I'm pissed off. Like I'm not happy here. I'm playing with Russ, and Russ is over here throwing the ball to the side of the backboard, and this is what I'm subjected to. The best offensive player outside of me on this team is Malik Monk, and AD's always hurt. Now, look, the AD thing is frustrating. It's obviously not all AD's fault. He gets hurt a ton. It's just kind of the way this thing shook out for him. But yeah, at the end of the day, this is not what Bron signed up for. So you know, Bron. There's going to be some major changes in LA, and one of them could be that he's gone, that he forces his way out of there, and he'll do it in a classy way, like unlike this fat bearded man in Philly. But he'll do the right thing. But the point is, this thing's not going to go great. I think at the end of the season, there's some major changes. What happens to the Lakers this year? Does it really matter? They're not a very good team.
We looking forward to the offseason when it comes to
right. Like the offseason's gonna be where the drama happens for that team.
At this point, that's what we're looking forward to.
Yeah.
The Nets will be
champions
For sure.
Ask him. We'll ask him who he roots for, Miles. That's his team. Ask him. Ask Mike. What team he roots for?
I'm a Knicks fan.
Word.
Die hard. I'm a Knicks fan.
All right, word.
I'm a Knicks fan.
the Warriors will be
Champions.
It's a toss-up.
Runners up.
It's a toss-up between the Warriors and the Suns. I think that can go either way.
Runner up.
with the Suns, right? Tell me what you think about this. With CP being injured, do you think they're able to keep their position, or are they going to slide a little bit?
At first seed?
Yeah.
They keep it. Even to go right now 500, they'll still be first seed.
Yeah.
I think the Warriors got to go 18-5 to be first. If the Suns go 500, Warriors got to go 18-5 to beat the 1 seed. But I think they keep it.
Somebody might be getting us a permanent spot on the show. putting out stats like that. Putting out
I'm knowledgeable.
Putting out stats like that. That's a clip right there.
That's
That's a reel right there. That's what I'm saying. I got that's a reel to post tomorrow morning.
Yeah,
that's a 15-second clip right there. That's perfect. Rightfully, it works out perfectly. The next question: the Knicks will
This year?
The Knicks will this year, second half of the season. The Knicks will
be horrible.
I think they'll be. I mean, not to be biased, they're only 3 games out of the play-in.
Is that true?
3 games
Yeah,
out.
they're not even that far out. I mean, the bottom of the East is close.
Can you guys tank? Is that okay?
No,
I mean, Tibbs is the coach. Tibbs is the coach. So why would we tank?
That's part of the reason why you might tank, but just because y'all may not try to tank, but you might tank anyway.
I mean, we're also getting D Rose back, so that's a big thing.
Kim's out for the season.
I forgot.
Do you think that was the right move to have Kemba out for the rest of the season?
Yeah, because Cam Reddish got to play. We gave up a first-round pick for him to be sitting on the bench.
What does Kemba's minutes have to do with Cam? I don't play the same position. I don't get it.
Say it again.
What is Cam? What is
It opens
Cam's
up a roster spot though, or a spot in the rotation.
Cam Reddish has to play.
But D Rose coming to take Kemba's minutes. So what really changes for Cam Reddish? I don't get it. I'm just confused. I just need someone to explain it to me. I need a friend.
Burks might have to.
Burks
Tibbs
loves
Burks.
Yeah, there's guys like that are playing ahead
I
of him.
think Cam Reddish is more talented.
What do you think about it's obviously a disconnect between the front office and Tibbs. The front office sounds like you guys. Hey, Cam got to get minutes. Tibbs is kind of like, I'm
trying to win.
I'm the captain.
All Tibbs doing right now is getting himself fired.
Yeah.
So he's doing. He has to. These kids have to. Knicks have no cap for the summer, so in order to make any trades in the offseason, you have to play your young people. These young guys are going to be assets to be traded, like the Lakers did with Brandon Ingram and these guys back in the day. You got to play these young players to have them to be traded. You can't trade nobody if you're not playing them.
Yeah, like Obi's playing like 12 minutes a game. How can you even trade him for
every play
fair value?
Right. Every play that he, playing ball is all mental. If I'm going in the game and I see, I know I'm making a mistake, I know the coach won't pull me. Mm-hmm. So that's how Obi top of mind is. He go in the game, he know he getting pulled out. Same thing with Cam Reddish. So
that leash is super short with Tibbs.
And Randall does a lot.
Well, I know.
What young players would you trade?
Listen,
I
have a prediction real quick before y'all start.
Please.
Hear me out. If Utah loses first round this year,
I know where he's going now.
Donovan Mitchell's gonna ask for a trade. Mm-hmm. That's gonna be the Knicks. He's going to the Knicks, but they're gonna want RJ Barrett, Cam, whoever you want to give up.
Don't ask for RJ Barrett. Oh my God, RJ's.
You gotta trade him.
RJ's so good. You can't trade RJ.
You gotta trade him.
He's so good. You can't trade RJ Barrett.
I mean, if you're getting a star, then yeah.
Oh, are you being serious?
Hell no, I'm not being serious.
So it's been an ongoing since last year. It's been an ongoing RJ Barrett.
Every chance he can, he brings up RJ Barrett.
Well, he's gonna trade young guys.
We'll be talking about the Cowboys and
that's not
and Amari Cooper, and he'd be like, "Yo, giving me resemblance of RJ Barrett."
That's not true.
He a Nets fan. That's why he was happy when you said the Nets would win. He was like, "See, that's a good Knicks fan."
Well, I'm not even that. I'm just saying the Knicks fan who could admit the Nets are going to win a championship. This is a good dude.
I don't hate Brooklyn. I mean, if Knicks don't win, I want Nets to win.
So I ain't going that far.
Well, Miles is toxic, so I'm
toxic.
Hey, the MVP will be
Joel Embiid.
Yeah, Embiid is boring.
If he don't get hurt.
It's boring.
I think Harden might mess that up though. Harden might mess that up.
I hope you're right. I hope you're right.
I think Harden makes him better. The pick and roll gonna be crazy.
Really? I hope so.
That's interesting.
Crazy.
I hope so because in Harden's history, right, I haven't seen him yet with a dominant big like that. So that's my only concern. Like he's always had rim runners with him.
Yeah.
The pick and roll with the Capellas of the world, and you feel me? I don't know how much that will mesh, and we'll see what happens with that.
I think
Embiid's doing damage in the ISO game. He gets the ball in the post. He wants to turn around, turn in the face. He wants to ISO, and that's not. Since when has Harden been known to stand around and watch someone else ISO? That's not his thing.
I think the formula has to be this if it's going to work. Go back. They both need to sit down and go watch those Lakers runs with Kobe and Shaq.
Yeah.
A and B, go dominate 3.5 quarters. Crunch time, get the ball to Harden, and whatever happens, happens. He's going to choose the right play or he's going to get a bucket. Because we've seen some of the games. It's been great. MVP type season, fourth quarter, close, and Embiid has come up with some big buckets. But do we really think playoff time, you need a 3. You're not going to Embiid.
Embiid doesn't have the best track record in the playoffs in big moments.
But that's my point. That's where, to make it mesh.
He never had a Harden.
Yeah, Harden doesn't have the best track record in big moments in the playoffs either.
Yeah, but also with Harden, he never had a coach like Doc Rivers either. So he's gonna be a little. You're gonna see his game tweak a little bit. But as far as pounding the ball for 20 seconds every possession, it won't happen.
I hope not.
You got a lot more faith in this.
You got to give it. Danny Green can't be a starter.
Oh heck no.
You got to. After that, you should be good. It's gonna be the best pick and roll since.
Who are the
Stockton
starters
Malone.
with Harden playing?
Tyrese is still starting.
Tyrese starting with the 2, not the 1.
Yeah, start the 1.
Tyrese is a good standstill knockdown shooter. Yeah, you need standstill knockdown shooters around him.
Well, Harden, he shot me. I think better.
I'm not saying he can't shoot. My thing is, I know he can shoot, but he seems to thrive better off the dribble. That seems to be his thing. The best. He likes to drive off the pick and roll. He likes to catch and make a move, but catch and shoot. I
think Maxey game is like Emmanuel Quickly. He's not really they're both not really ones. They're small 2s. Like they're both 6'2", 6'3". They're really 2 guards, but they force them 1 point because they're team young. Mm-hmm. So I mean, I can see both of them sharing a point.
Mm-hmm.
The thing is, I'm looking at their roster right now. You might have to have them come off the bench. They ain't got no bench.
Oh, Maxey?
Yeah, they ain't got no scoring or nothing off the bench.
They gave their bench to Brooklyn in the trade.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like, let Maxey come off the bench, be a 6-man. Because I'm looking at this roster. They got some good pieces, but who's getting buckets off this bench? Paul Millsap, he a little bit washed. You got George's Niang. He not doing nothing.
Shake gonna have to do something.
Oh, I like Shake.
Yeah. I like Shake too, but Shake.
He's
bench.
Is
he going to be able to, you feel me, like get his own bucket? I know he could shoot the lights out, but is he going to consistently be able to, kind of like a Barton, for them to like go to the next? I need to see more of that scoring from him, because looking at the roster, there's going to be opportunity to get some buckets off the bench. It's just,
I think their team right now, Shake is probably the 3rd best person on the team as far as creating his own shot, but he won't be a starter though. But I'm how Maxey be on the bench.
I don't think he should. No.
He shouldn't, but
because all right, so you start Maxey, that means you're gonna move Danny Green to the bench.
He funky. Oh yeah,
Shake. That's what I'm saying. So you got Shake. Your bench basically would be Shake, Georges Niang. Then you got my man Danny Green. You might give Miles Powell some minutes here and there.
Matisse.
Oh no.
Is Matisse starting?
Matisse has to start.
I think they got Matisse starting.
Because if the question is, who's in the guard that is he the best player in the playoffs if you don't have Matisse in there? Because you know James Harden ain't about to do it. I think a lot more questions than answers with Philly. That's all I'm gonna say.
The scoring title will go to
Giannis.
Ooh, Giannis.
Can Bron steal it in the second half?
Nah, I don't think so. He's gonna have to go on an extreme. Like he's had 25 plus point games, but that's gonna have to go to like the rest of the season. He averaged 30, 32.
I mean, they may need it. They may need it from him though, and he could do it. But yeah, Embiid is a safe bet.
You can't do that with him.
Yeah.
All right, last 2 for the second half predictions. Kyrie Irving.
He'd be a full-time.
Yeah, full-time.
Full-time player.
Yeah. Full-time and available. What's coming? New York about to open up right in time for St. Patty's Day.
Now, just a correction, because I know some of y'all watch it like, yo, they was wrong. Bron is 3rd right now, so he might be able to.
Bron?
Might,
Oh,
yeah.
so
He
Yeah,
might.
there's a chance Bron does it. Yeah.
Embiid is at 29.6. Giannis is at 29.4. Bron is at 29.1. DeMar Jordan is at 28.1. And Trey DeBarge is at 27.8.
DeBarge. Bron can do it, but Embiid's a safe bet, I guess. I'll say Bron. I've never been safe.
LeBron's more of a team player. He won't. I don't think he'll get that.
You're gonna see a lot of that go out the window the second half.
They're not gonna win.
It's kind of going to have to go out the window just because how the team is set up. Yeah.
Like, what are you working with here?
So I mean, that was the last one I had up there was LeBron James, and I think we kind of just answered that in regards of predictions.
Like what happened for the rest of the season?
I'll describe something.
LeBron.
A lot of buckets.
Fatigued. That's what he's going to be.
Yeah. A lot of buckets and tired and frustrated.
I want to see what he spends on his body this year. It's going to have to probably be around $5 million instead of $1 million this year. Cause
I'll tell you one thing though. If they get that 6th seed, I don't want to play Lakers on 3rd seed. If they healthy and clicking, I don't want to play them.
that's the thing.
I'm not a Lakers fan, but I don't want.
They're built for the playoffs. So if the West and the rest of the league play around and let them get a 4 or 5 game winning streak, look, they go 18-4 throughout then it's going to be, and they're going to be healthy because AD will be back in 2 weeks. Now he'll probably get injured in the first round, but they'll be healthy.
If they go 7-8, they lost. It's a sweep. But far as 6 goes,
because they had a sting.
You think they get swept by the Warriors or Suns?
For sure.
You think swept?
Swept for
I
sure.
don't see it. I'm sorry.
It'd be a close game, but they'd be swept.
Bron's even worse than these guys. As great as Phoenix is, and as great as Phoenix's health is in question with CP3, it's the same thing every year.
He's back for the playoffs, though.
He will be, but who's he going to be? Last year, he was back in the playoffs too, and he still was dealing with hand injury, and it affected his play.
That was a shoulder last year.
It's always some upper body extremity with him.
But he injured his thumb.
Yeah, okay. I knew it was a hand
last
too.
year. It wasn't the same exact thumb. It didn't put him out that much, but that's why this time with it being re-injured.
Yeah. And so I'm saying their health is in question with because if CP3's not playing, that team is totally different. It matters. And then, or if he's not himself, and then also, with the Warriors, as really good as they are, am I counting on Steph to have big playoff performances? I'm sorry, you're gonna have to. I'm not doing that. I'm not putting my money there.
I agree. Yeah. I agree with Mike though, because looking at the standings, right?
Yeah,
they're 2.5 out from having that 7th seed. They're 9th seed right now. Mm-hmm. But in regards to that 6th seed, they're 6.5 games out. You better hope Denver or Dallas goes on a losing streak because I don't think they're gonna be able to make up 6.5 games.
Not this late in the year.
That's what I'm saying. And if they don't get that 6th seed, they don't want that first round matchup with
Golden State or Phoenix.
No, you don't want it. But are you getting swept? Bron getting swept on
for
guys?
gentleman's sweep? They'll get one.
Game with those guys,
They'll get one.
You think they got making it a series against the Suns? I
don't really bet against Bron. I'm not in the business of betting against Bron, bro. And plus, those teams, as good as those teams are, they're not we've seen some real juggernauts that Bron's faced in the past, and he's done some real damage. If they're healthy at the right time, they can knock anybody out. The West ain't that. They're not that great. They're not. It's just if AD can come back and be some semblance of AD, and really on the defensive end, forget offense because that'll be what it is. But if he can get back to being dominant defensively, why not? You can beat any team in the West. Now, are you going to win a championship? I don't believe that. But you don't want to draw the Lakers in a 1-8 matchup if you're the 1 seed. The Suns don't want to play the Lakers. I don't care what Devin Booker tells you. Or CP3, they don't want to see them.
I mean, right now, I play Lakers. I'm the first seed. I love it.
I mean,
now. I think so. You mentioned those 2 names. CP knows Bron personally. D Book knows that work. I don't think they want to see them. It's players like Campaign that's talking.
It's not going to go.
And that's the thing where it's I don't know if they'll win, but I think LeBron will have something special for Campaign.
And all that,
getting on that Twitch talking about ain't nobody worried about the Lakers. Bron, ain't nobody scared of Bron. Okay, Cam.
That's the kind of Bron's beating teams for less with less motivation. I'm telling you, I just don't do that. Don't count them out. They sneak into the playoffs because they can fall out before then. There won't be a conversation. But if they sneak into the playoffs, any team's on.
But I agree with Mike though. They best bet They
Oh,
better.
yeah,
They
yeah.
better.
Gotta go 6.
Bron,
That's
bet,
that situation.
Bron better go nuclear like Russia right now in Ukraine. He better go crazy.
Who's you said they 9th seed?
They the 9th seed.
So who's 7th, 8th, and
Minnesota and Clippers 7th and 8th. I think they could pass them.
Clippers? No, Minnesota tough too.
They got the Clippers tomorrow night.
I think they could
Tuesday
pass
night.
them. They only behind the Clippers half a game, so I think
they need to win tomorrow
10th?
night's game. That's a playoff game tomorrow night.
10th. They Portland behind them.
Also,
Yeah, we not worried
so the
about
first
Portland.
9. So the first 9.
So they gotta try to get up to that 7th seed.
The West is weak, man. The West is weak. That's not 2 teams. Who are you really scared? I'm not scared of Denver. I'm sorry. No, I'm not scared of who else? New Orleans is in the mix, I'm sure. Are they even in the mix?
Nah,
Behind Portland.
they're 2 games behind Portland. San Antonio is
Poor CJ.
yeah.
Procedure.
Yeah, that went to a worse off situation. And my goodness, yo, this is perfect because it's transitioning. We talking about New Orleans. That's the perfect transition. Wow, things just be moving differently with certain people on the show. Transitioning to Zion.
Oh,
Zion was like that's perfect transition. You brought up CJ, perfect transition. I don't know if he was reading my notes, but that's a perfect transition. Zion Williamson. Is it a foregone conclusion that Zion is out? Because it obviously seems like his problems over here, and they call it what the Big Easy down there. The Big Easy. That's what New Orleans is. Yeah.
So-
He's gotta get out of there.
it's over there.
It's over there. It's out. It's over. He's disinterest, right? It's something that you hear a lot about him out there.
Detached.
Detached, right? They what JJ Redick called him, detached teammate was the exact term.
Yeah.
Look, that you're that young and detached that early. That's a red flag. I mean, he's at that age where you should be happy to be there. You know, Brown was just happy to be in the league when he got to Cleveland, and he had Darius Miles telling him, "I don't want you shooting the ball." Like you got just do the comparison here. Like when you get to the NBA, it's a dream come true, and the fact that that's not his focus, that's not where his head's at. He's just miserable in the situation. You got to move him for assets. And look, all things considered, if you're a Pelicans fan, which I don't know why you'd be a Pelicans fan, but if you are, like you're in a situation where you got good assets. You got BI, you got CJ, you got Valanciunas. You got guys there. Those 3 guys right there. You trade Zion and you get a farmer's haul in return.
You're gonna get a lot back for Zion.
Yo, you could build something serious. I mean, you could build like a good little team for yourself, a playoff team in the future. You're not selling to rebuild. You're selling to retool and be a playoff team and be relevant. And the fastest way to do that is either, well, look, one of the 2 things is going to happen. Zion's not going to come back and be happy and give you 27 on 60% shooting like he could. That's not going to happen. So you trade him and you get a starter and a boatload of picks in return. And you run this thing back. A Jeremy Grant could be a target for him, although but with Detroit's picks unprotected, it's a great deal. It's a great deal.
I'm throwing up at Jeremy Grant.
I know. We just watched some BS. So this is all fresh. This is fresh in his mind. But
yeah,
it's just like the only reason why I'm saying Jeremy Grant is he's a high-end starter. You could flip him if you don't like him. And the picks you get back in return from Detroit will be valuable because let's face it, Detroit's it's disgusting, but that's a terrible situation. So you get the picks you get back will be more valuable. You get able to go make a run at these really high-end draft picks in the future. So that you get an opportunity to retool and be relevant in the future if you're Pelicans.
Let me ask you this question, big picture thing though. New Orleans Pelicans, small market team. What do you think that can be done to help out these small market teams? Because we see a lot of stars don't end up staying there unless you're a Bradley Beal, a Damian Lillard. What do you think can be done for these small market teams? Because I think if Zion, for example, got drafted by the Knicks, this isn't happening. This don't happen with big market teams.
Nothing you could do for the small market teams. Unless you like he said, you got to just trade for a star. Like give up a lot to get us. Nobody's going there.
Yeah, nobody's going there.
I don't know why, like even with the problem with Zion is he was unhappy before, but now he's way more happy now because he sees his best friends in New York. So now he's just like, I really want to get out of here now.
Is this really all about New York for him? Like, what
He
is
said
he envying?
He said it in college. He played for the Knicks. He was like, yeah, I'm moving to the Knicks.
Oh yeah, the Knicks are the sexier franchise.
The one game he played there last year when he he played like 14 games. I don't know. The one time he played in New York in Madison Square Garden, he was enamored. Oh my gosh, it's great here. I love it here. You know,
I did it right there.
I'd like to be here with my dogs and play in New York while still under contract.
You go your rookie before your season start. You go to media school. Like 6 weeks of school, all media training. What to say, what not to say. He just that went out the window.
Played the first time he plays in Madison Square Garden, and this guy is enamored. He's in love. He looked like Meek when he first got with Nicki. That joker was just so happy and joyous. You saw the heart fluttering around his eyes. It was like, oh yeah, he's gone.
Meek had one leg up the entire relationship.
Literally. Yeah, but now you can do it for these small market teams, man. It's over. I don't.
So if not New York, right? So we were mentioning the Knicks. What could be a possible destination if not the Knicks? Yeah, because I'm just thinking about this, right? So Zion wants to go there. Mitchell wants to go there also. If I'm the Knicks, I'd take Mitchell over Zion because that's a sure thing. So what could be other possible destinations for Zion that you think he'd fit here and it'll be flourish?
The best packages are on teams that are far worse. The Blazers have multiple first-round picks.
Another small market. They're not going to be able to keep him.
But playing with Dame?
Like,
well, yes, he's right. I guess Zion's in a weird position where he kind of wields a little bit of power because it's the end of his contract. So there's no security. You guess you kind of got to trade him where he wants to go. So the Knicks are a legit contender. No one's saying otherwise. But just despite him, just if Dave Griffin can get someone to bite and think that they can get him to stay, one of these small market teams that has the best package, he might do that. Daryl Morey, it's kind of reinvented things a little bit. It's standing firm on his stupidity for a while. That turned into he got lucky. Oh, I can't even say he was lucky because we're getting off topic. But we know what happened. There was some back alley dealings between James Harden. They was
texting each other on WhatsApp.
Yeah, he's on WhatsApp. He was sending him Raising Cane's locations nearby in front of the fat suit, and then he gets to Philly and now he's all skinny. I'm still a little bitter about all of it, but
that's crazy seeing that picture today.
Yo, dude looks skinny. Isn't it crazy?
He looked like he in the best shape of his life.
Right, all of a sudden,
he looked like he in the best shape of his life.
The hammy didn't stop him from running all the miles away, right, to lose the weight.
He had that what's that Metamucil or something? He had something that he had hydroxycut. That's what he be having.
Hydroxycut.
He be having hydroxycut. That joke he be cutting that weight in 2 days.
You sit on the toilet. He's on the toilet getting going to work.
The Joker went on a straight no water fast. He thought he was with Jesus.
Just wait. When Embiid start posting up too much, he gonna find himself in every single damn cheesesteak place in Philadelphia that one after another.
I'll tell you this much. Embiid will put him in his place to let James Harden do pick and roll. He told him to pop, and it's too many threes. He trying to make him shoot. Try that if you want with Embiid. Embiid is not that one.
James Harden's his team though. That's the Embiid team,
Does he?
I hope he do.
Does he? He didn't know it was KD's team here. What's the difference over there? He thought he was better than KD. He was like, coach is drawing up plays for KD. He was tight. So am I sure this is gonna work out? James Harden is a problem, bro. I ain't never seen nothing like that before.
Yo,
the way he forced his way out.
The thing that's scary, bro.
Like Zion's naturally fat.
The thing that's scary.
Okay, but James put on weight to get out of here.
The thing that's scary with him now. In what world do you think that you are better than KD? That you rolling your eyes that Nash is running a play for KD? That's some next level. You got to get psychoanalyzed after that.
Next level.
You rolled your eyes because they ran a play for KD?
Next level.
Nah, we gotta check mental health conversation. We really gotta quantify that now.
That's him and Russ.
Well, Russ is a whole different.
Yeah,
Russ is gonna be out of the league in about a year and a half. So.
Back to your not to go back, but Zion thing. You asked us was it best for him or best for
the Pelicans?
Best fit for him.
Oh, okay, so I like what he said. Because you saying for the Pelicans, his best bet for their GM to do Griffin to trade him to OKC. They have all the picks.
Mm-hmm.
The Knicks have like 29 picks. They got like 37 over the next 7 years.
Something ridiculous.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
So if I'm the Pelicans, I'm trading to I control you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So but the only thing with Griffin is Zion not going to sign a rookie extension.
So you kind of
he's going to walk. Anymore. Yeah. If he signs a poison pill, no, that is right.
I mean
the poison pill is get overpaid by a team that you got 2 days to match it.
Oh yeah.
Now you put your team in. Now you put the team on a luxury cap by matching that offer, but you don't want to do that. But I don't know. It's a tricky situation.
Real
I
tricky.
mean, it's not that tricky. I know you put it that way. I mean, if he's not going to sign a rookie extension, he's going to tell him where he wants to go. He's going to probably be the Knicks, and then the Knicks have to pull the trigger.
The beloved, right?
He's beloved. He's beloved in New York. You think RJ won a championship already out here?
Anywho,
You think RJ got
my team, man.
No, it ain't about the Knicks. It's about RJ in particular. I don't understand the RJ love fest in New York. I never get it.
you do this like at least
Once a week.
I don't get it. I just don't get it, bro.
Yeah, so we seen the, it was funny. They had the nerve, ESPN to rate to rank the top 75, and of course that created issues, and people were having debates and whatnot, and the greatest and all of that. I want to ask y'all, what is greatness in sports for y'all? Like, what qualifies for greatness to be a part of that conversation?
From being top 75?
Just in period. Like, what qualifies as greatness? Because I see now often, I think y'all all can agree, that word of great is thrown around. You great. This player is great for that. It's thrown around real willy-nilly. Great. And you mentioned top 75 list. Damian Lillard. He's great.
Can I answer your question? Consistent, excellent offensive play and defensive play over a long period of time. 7, 8 seasons consecutively. That's greatness on both sides of the basketball. And also showing up when it matters the most. That factors in. Those 3 things. Consistent, great offensive play, defensive play, and play in big moments. And also leadership it should matter too. Like the way you bring your team together and factor into the team's culture, that matters too. Like, don't be a team cancer, So I think those things matter. So if you're gonna look at it from that perspective, that would be my answer. And if you look at it that way, and that's the math you're doing, then their list is horrible. Their list is horrible. Isaiah Thomas is like 27 on the list, or 25. I don't remember. I think not low IT for the young people. Like the OG IT, Z. Yes, like 27 all time. That's a joke. And so the list was incredibly flawed. I mean, we could that could be a podcast in and of itself to break down the list, but. Consistent greatness over time.
Honestly, we wouldn't waste time on that list because we already looked at some of the lists and the people that Dave Bing, we wouldn't even dare rank him because Dave Bing.
Some of these guys.
Dave Bing.
Some of these guys.
Dave Bing. I think in general the NBA dropped the ball in that regard of the list of just adding 25 people to the RB list. No, we got the ball. You can't tell me when we do the NBA 100 list. And you just want to automatically still have Dave Bing on it. Damian Lillard, like,
his spot can't be taken.
That's what I'm saying. Like, his spot,
it's solidified forever.
I'm sorry, he's obviously the top player, but by NBA 100, how the game's evolving and how talented and how skilled players are, Larry Bird might not be on that list by NBA 100. You know what I'm saying? But they know their spots are solidified.
Larry Bird may be solidified.
I'm throwing Larry out there.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like,
I know.
They
Dave Bing, and there's a bunch of guys.
You gotta understand too, people that's voted doing these votes, they're what's that word? I'm trying to think. They're like for the moment, like, I know this guy, I know David Busher for 40 years, he did this for the Knicks, so he's on 25.
It's true.
Greatness, I feel like that's to your question. In our era, it's Chris Paul. Everywhere he went, he made the team better. I'm not saying all he got is a championship, but everywhere he went, you see things is different. Like his leadership was good. Everything about him was great to me.
Yeah. Did he make it top 25?
Yeah.
But that would be
they had the minimal picture.
Yeah. They're the ones that put on the team. Like Dwight Howard should be on that list.
Yeah.
Clay, I don't agree with Clay on the list. I think KD and Steph take over his shine, so he can't go to the team. He's not the number one option on the team.
Clay has saved Steph's behind a couple times in the playoffs. So I'm gonna say, Steph be folding in big moments, and no one want to talk about it because he's, the light-skinned Christian dude who can shoot the ball from 80 feet away. And I know I love it. It's great. But he be folding.
So when they was trying to get him to have the game-winning shot in the All-Star game,
Who was yo?
I heard your voice.
Yes.
I heard your voice.
You don't believe me? What? Saturday night, bro.
I heard your voice.
It was for the record.
First miss. I'm like, Greg, he getting ready. I'm surprised you didn't take the shot. Second miss. Third miss, I'm like, yo, Greg is somewhere in South Florida right now, screaming at the television. I know it's an All-Star game, but I know Greg's like, see, this is what I've been telling y'all. He can't even get the game-winning shot in the All-Star game. I heard.
But it started before that. What was funny about him is they had him mic'd up, and he was asking about the record and what it was. And it actually got close to the record. I think he was like 2 points away. His record was like 52 points. He had 50, I think it was. He missed every shot to get the record. He was tight. He tightened up. That is the perfect encapsulation of Steph's
Wall
wall.
playing defense now.
It's
not getting that record on us.
it's a well.
Yeah,
They didn't want.
Yeah, that was cute.
Well, Steph's dancing can be a little obnoxious. We're talking about the same guy who pulled his pants down on Cleveland's court and that's how he was taking the dump on the court. You know,
we heard a lot of. I mean, I didn't listen to none of that podcast. Q-Rich told us in his face like, yo, you was playing my out.
Clean, it would have been over. Someone putting him out.
Dancing, I would have did that just for me. Pay the fine. I would not.
You gonna score up.
You want to shoot like that? You want to run through you? You're not gonna do that no more.
Yeah.
So the pick him and run through you.
Yeah.
I'll show you not to do this no more.
Yup.
You don't think twice about.
It's different. But you see, mentally already to begin with, when things get tough, Steph tightens up. He shrinks, and that's not. He's still great, top 75, greatest shooter of all time. I'm not knocking him. I love his game. It's not like I'm hating. I'm not. Yo, you just watch him. Like the evidence is there. He was All-Star game, but there's no marbles out there. What are we playing for?
But the funny thing too, right? This season, and nobody's talking about him even breaking the record and all that. My man is shooting a career low at 37% from 3 points.
So?
Yeah,
for sure.
37% from 3
And
points.
that's what I'm saying. That's a team that the Lakers can't mess with.
You know what Steph remind me of? No. You know what Steph remind me of?
They can't annoy them. It's playoffs. Steph, come on, you're gonna have to get. I'm sorry. I just give Ron a credit.
You know what Steph remind me of?
Okay, Jordan pulling the playoffs. I'm so scared.
You know what Steph remind me of? You know what Steph remind me of? RJ Barrett.
What? What did he say? What? Wait.
Got it.
What did he say?
Let me go left.
Good thing these are connected because Greg would have thrown these across the room.
Oh my God!
He said he only goes left. That's what he said.
Steph goes left. I've never actually noticed that he only goes one direction.
Watch the highlights.
I'm actually gonna watch.
I'm a shooter, so I like to go left. Come on.
I get it. The footwork is easier to jump. Yeah, I
Which
get
is
it.
weird because I'm righty, but
You're more comfortable going left. No, actually, it makes a lot of sense. When you don't like going the way of your dominant hand because it's harder to align your body. You have to turn your body in midair to shoot it.
Yeah.
You're talking to.
You get knowledge dropped in this.
And you gotta be strong to do that. Like,
You gotta be
so
consistent.
power up.
Yeah. Your footwork has to be real. You have to have great footwork.
Yeah.
We might end up on like House of Highlights or Drew Hamlin's page. We dropping knowledge.
Yeah.
We dropping knowledge. Start off if you can, if it comes to your mind, if you can give it to me. Who's your top 10 all-time NBA players?
I'll go down. I'll look at it.
Go ahead.
Did he get the docket ahead of time or something?
No,
Yeah, I said so.
Oh, yeah, he's better than me. He's already prepared.
I got it, but I'd rather do it this. No order. Got Shaq, Kobe, Michael Jordan, Tim Duncan, LeBron, Magic, Bird, KD, Steph, Chris Paul.
No Kobe?
I said
Kobe.
Kobe.
Oh, okay.
Chris Paul's top 10. Wow. I love Chris Paul. I love Chris Paul.
My
Miles.
top 10.
No order. Mike, LeBron, Kobe, Magic, Kareem. I'm gonna throw Kareem in there. KD. Yo, can I make my list? You trying to distract me from my train of thought right now?
Nah, I got start over.
Nah, Tim Duncan. I didn't really think of this list too hard, but
TD's top 10 all time?
Heck yeah.
KD?
TD. Top
Tim
10.
Duncan, heck yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, what do you?
Heck yeah.
Okay.
Who's Who's your top 10? You got 10.
I'm not saying. I'm just thinking about it because I don't know.
You want me to go?
Oh,
You think about it?
Miles, you got 10?
I didn't, but
You got 2 more slots.
you said what? You want to say Bruce Brown from the Nets?
If I was an idiot, yes.
Alright. I'm gonna go over there. I got Bron. I got MJ.
Michael Love.
I got Kobe. I got Kareem. I'm going Shaq, Timmy D, Magic, Hakeem, KD, Steph.
I like that.
KD's 9th, Steph is 10th.
You didn't put KD in the list. Did you put KD in the list, bro?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
of course.
Sure, okay.
KD's 9th. I'm gonna give Hakeem at the 8th. I got Bron 1, MJ 2, Kobe 3, Kareem 4th, Timmy D, Shaq, Magic, Hakeem, KD, Steph.
Now watch this question, right? I'm probably older than all of y'all here, right?
Yeah, good.
I didn't put Kareem on my top 10. You know why? I've never seen him play before. Not saying his stats are great. I just don't. Not saying I don't respect it, but you know, back then it was goaltending. You could go. You know, it was a lot going on back in the day. So I'm not saying he.
Imagine.
Of course, he played the way. You know what I'm saying? But I never seen Kareem play.
You're right.
Imagine doing what you did while you goaltend. Imagine doing what he did while you could goaltend and you still.
Yeah, Magic 16. I watch Magic play. No, young. You know what I'm saying? Growing up, but
You said Magic and Kareem.
Kareem.
Oh, okay.
I never seen Kareem. I never seen Kareem. I'm not saying
That's what I'm talking about. Yeah.
I'm not saying he's not great. He was great. He's number 1 all time scoring, but I just never. I never been my touch. I never seen him play before. You know what I mean? So I can't really. I don't know.
No, just reading about Kareem, I put him in there.
But I'm saying you have to.
It's not
You gotta.
Yeah.
It's
It's
not.
like putting Babe Ruth.
Yeah, you
Right.
have literally. No,
So
literally.
you have to be in it. Yeah.
So your top 10, it's Bron. I know that's one.
Bron's one.
That's
He's gonna put Brooklyn KD in there.
Oh, you're embarrassed.
You're right. Yo, he compared it.
Where Kyrie at on your list? Cause I know your list.
Kyrie not top 10. But Kyrie's top 75, which is a joke that he's not almost listed.
Yeah, we ain't think about that.
Come on, that's
We know that ain't happening.
It's ridiculous. Yeah, we know. Yeah, I mean Bron, Mike, Kareem, Magic. You gotta get KD in there. Kobe, Shaq, Hakeem before TD. That's just the way it's. I feel like the chips are gonna fall. TD in there as well. I think I'm at 9 now. Rounding out my top 10 all time,
Petrovic?
Yo,
Go look him up now.
you cold.
Go look him up.
Yeah, please. You're laughing, it's not funny. He was a killer. This is where things get dicey. And there's a part of me that wants to say Steph and your top 10 all time, but it feels like off the criticism I have for Steph. I don't know if I can do that.
I feel like impact on the game.
Yeah, Steph does have a conversation.
Changing the game.
Steph may have a place there. I'm gonna say Steph. I'm gonna show Steph some love. Y'all think people probably think I hate him and I don't, so I'll show some
MJ
love.
said it the best though. He said right now in the game room, Steph reminds on him, and I can see in that regard of the game being changed. Y'all remember? Well, we were still growing up and whatnot outside of Mike. When MJ was playing, everybody wanted to be like Mike. He was going out, practicing the fadeaway, even though he was 5'4", knowing he wasn't gonna have no opportunity to fade away at all in the game. But you practicing the fadeaway, you trying to dunk, you got the tongue out your mouth, everything. Steph, chewing gum. Steph. I see it every time I go to LA Fitness. They don't even stretch. Tiny sneakers in the first shot they shoot is a half-court shot. Air ball or barely graze the rim, and jog back like with so much confidence as if the next one's going in. That's because they're watching Steph highlights.
Steph's bad at basketball. Also,
I agree though. I agree with Steph. Steph actually he addressed that.
I know.
He said, "Babe, it's not my fault. I ain't tell your son to go shoot that." I agree in that regard.
Yeah, he's totally right.
We gotta stop saying Steph in basketball. No, you're dumb behind kids, you're terrible coaches, and the lack of care with AAU where it's just put up stats. Yeah, and I talked to you about this too, and I get it. But we see it so often. We see highlights on a lot of Instagram pages. Donovan Mitchell dropped 38, 7 and 7. Let's look at the in and out package, the behind the back, ooh, the Euro step. And I go look. So why are we posting these highlighs? These jokers lost by 15.
He'll be about this. I'll agree with you on this.
I get it though, because like, all right, it's skill, you showing the work. You know, he had a great game. The team lost, but I get it. But I'm saying at the same time, this is also perpetuating what is wrong with basketball. Of hey, we lost by 50, but I'm posting me dropping 25 on it and showing my moves. But y'all lost by 50. Y'all, even if y'all didn't lose by 50, y'all lost though.
Winning isn't the most important thing.
Winning is not the most
It's not the
important
most
thing.
important thing.
That's the endless problem too. Stephen A. Smith is good for that.
Truck.
He said, what he said earlier in the year? He said, just be talking crazy. Like he's a moment guy to me. Like I love Stephen A. But he's a moment guy. Yeah, SportsCenter posted out Mitchell doing that Euro step, losing by 30. But when we post, you know,
When he plays, you're not gonna post Caruso diving for the loose ball.
or Patrick Beverly.
That goes down to the grassroots level of kids. Coaching AAU, a lot of these kids don't give a damn about winning. It is not about that at
And we
all.
keep it, the thing that we get him off topic, but I always found it funny, especially growing up. My pops was right. I was stubborn, ain't want to listen, but you know, my coach had me believing, be a team player. And things will work out for you. My pops told me one time in the car, straight like this. He said, shoot the ball. Shoot the ball. I'm like, I'm gonna get subbed out. You get subbed out anyway. Shoot the ball. Don't nobody come, and this is facts, and all coaches try to preach this at colleges and whatnot. Don't nobody come really to be trying to give out scholarships to the man that had 6, 5, 5, 5, and took some charges. We'll put you on the team, but if we be honest, I wish some coach would be honest. I'm coming to see the dude that's getting buckets, or you better just be dominant. Give me 40 boards.
Or just great defensively, just menace, just locking everything
But you know, in regards to the totem pole, buckets, and then everything else fall under.
That's true.
Coach would be trying to say, hey, just be a team player, play your role, and we see so many times. And I think at some point we've all been at different trials and whatnot. You will see at trials some of these pro overseas camps. The dude that chuck up 40 shots, coach will pull him to the side. Oh, got your agent here? Hold up. I just made the game-winning shot. I played D on the best person.
He went 3 for 40.
And I had a dude tell me in Houston at an overseas camp. Told me, he said, you see this player right here? He ain't been making the shots today. But it gives me the impression that he gotta be a shooter because he keeps shooting. I said, that's the dumbest crap I've ever heard in my life. But I know a lot of them think like that.
Basketball is so messed up because you can tell that can shoot by the way he shoots the ball, not whether or not he shoots it or not. People are dumb.
The dumbest crap. I'm like, yo, he don't play the game right. Like
A lot of these coaches.
How are you releasing the ball? What's your footwork going into the shot? That stuff gives it away when you're
A
shooting.
lot of coaches don't never play basketball.
That's
They're taught by this book. What do you mean how to do this? Then
They just know someone half the time. They're not even hoopers for real. They don't study the game. They don't watch basketball. It's just a joke what the stuff has become.
That's why I appreciate the coach that keep it stacked. Like, that actually played the game.
And they can tell you exactly what you have to get better at, exactly what the holes are in your game, exactly why they don't play you. Oh, it's your footwork. Oh, it's your decision making. Oh, it's your feel for the game. What do I mean by feel for the game? Oh, in the pick and roll, you don't make the right decisions. You never hit the opposite corner, wide open 3-point shooter.
Yep.
Just being able to go specifically what the heck is wrong with your game, like that is basketball. That's people who are pushing the game forward. But a lot of these guys out here, they don't know anything about the game, and they're in these high up positions.
That's from every level too. From
Yeah.
the little kids all the way up, and we see it in the league. And we was watching some games before the show started, and it's like we had the question, like, yo, what? That's what you drew up?
And you gotta stop being real. You gotta start keeping real with these players. Oh, he's so cute. No, he can't play. He can't be here. Like you gotta not to be rude, not to say like that, but you can't.
No, we gotta say it like that.
2000, right.
Everybody can get trophies.
In
Why are you keeping the
2006.
stats on what they have to get better at?
Right. 2006, I tried out for the Boston Main Claws. That was a back then it was called the D League. The G League now, man. I came in, I paid for all my stuff. Let me try out. 2 days back, 2 days try out. Coach me decide, listen, you ain't big enough. At the time, I'm young, I'm hurt. Like, I didn't even get a chance to even like. I played it one-on-ones, but I wasn't big enough. The guard there was 6'3". Bill, I was over like 5'6" at the time, 115 pounds, 120 pounds at high school. You know what I'm saying? But I got them tell me straight up and have me keep spending money back and forth I'm not making this team. You know what I'm saying? So they had a point guard already 6'5", like I was going to the league anyway. I don't remember his name, but he might be overseas, but keep it real with these players. You can't be just having these kids coming in. You're not Ronnie James, you're not Mikey Williams. You're not gonna make this team. Until Mikey graduate, then you might have a chance. Right now, you're not gonna make this team. Stop doing that because a lot of players make these teams because they know somebody else. You know what I'm saying? Like,
You're doing a huge disservice.
Yeah.
A huge disservice.
Disgusting, man.
Yo, you mentioned Bronny. So I saw somebody talking about this. I just want to ask y'all what y'all think about this. People were saying, Bron wants his son to play and he'll play on the same team. Some scouts are saying that man might not even be that, bruh.
Who, Bronny?
Yeah, he might not.
He's never ranked top 10 in his class right now.
He's 43rd.
Yeah, he's good, but he's a late second round pick.
A lot of people are saying late second round pick / he'll just be at best a good college player.
He'll go top 20 because they know his father coming too.
That might be honestly, hey.
Top 15. Watch.
That might be Bron's play right there. Cause he probably, I think for the most part, outside of this season, we can say that Bron has a pretty decent job of evaluating talent. You tell me he can't evaluate, this Russ thing not working, that's my bad. This AD thing is not really working, that's my bad. You tell me he don't see his son, be like, hey, my boy, let's sit down, we gonna have a plan, all right? I'm gonna say, I'm going wherever you going. Now, once you get there, I'm gonna play with you for a year. I'm gonna teach you this game. I'm gonna teach you what to do.
1 year and out.
Teach you how to stay in the league. Hopefully, you progress up to that point. Deuces, me and your mom is gone. We about to help Bryce out.
Oh, Bryce is better than Ronnie. Real talk. I think only a freshman.
Yeah.
Shoot that thing.
He's nice. And Ronnie's not bad though. Ronnie's good. He's his class is stacked.
That's crazy.
That class is
I think he hopefully hit that. I think what'll help too if he hit that growth spurt. If he get at least 6'6", 6'7", 6'8", like
Bryce is taller than him right now.
Yeah, he's taller.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. I'm hoping.
He won't be tall because his father, so he'll be tall.
He might have got Savannah jeans.
He's a winning player though.
Yeah.
Ronnie's a winning player. That's the thing that people won't talk about with him.
People saying he's probably gonna be a good college player. And the other thing, I listened to this podcast. It was funny. But Lonnie said this.
Well, Monica McNutt.
He was like, "What if Bronny don't even want to play with his father? What if I don't want to be around him an 82 game season? Yo, he might hang." And it was funny. He might hang with him like, "Yo, my dad annoying that, bro."
Yeah, but
You think he gonna be? He didn't say this, but I thought about it. I'm like, yo, at some point, it's gonna be like midway through the season. He gonna wake up and hear his father talking about Taco Tuesday. He gonna shut up. At some point, that might be annoying, bro.
that was good for the media though. To have his father. It's good to have both of them. For a year. The media ratings would be crazy.
And it's something that's never been done before.
Right, never been done.
That's what.
By that time, LeBron would be first in scoring, and then
By then,
the whole thing.
Yeah.
That's the thing. That's what I think. Though it's like, I know you helping out your son, but you also helping your legacy out
Right, yeah.
to be able to say that. That's what it's like. Maybe Bronny don't want to do that, but
He's almost a billionaire.
I don't care, bro. It's not about you. It's for my legacy. Now I do it for a year, and you figure out what you've done.
Either way, Bronny's supposed to stay quiet about it all. You don't want to say you want to go to the league. You don't want to say you don't want to go to the league. You create a story one way or another. So you go out there and play the ball.
He's stacking his money. He just got that NIL deal with PSD underwear. So You know,
For Bronny?
Yeah. The money's not a problem.
Nah, he's got bread.
Money's not a problem. And I'm a fan of Bron using his ability, his platform.
You see nepotism everywhere else.
Yes, I'm a fan of black nepotism is my favorite.
Bron's mind is nuts because he didn't have that huge one up.
No.
So to do it for his son, just embrace it behind him.
Exactly.
His daughter does cooking.
Yeah.
Zuri got a bag.
Zuri's gonna get a big bag.
Zuri got she already has.
Zuri's gonna be a mole when it's all said and
I'm
done.
about to try to get them to have her on the podcast for a Zoom. Just give me 5 minutes because her YouTube be going crazy. She already got things on like 100K follow. Like, bro, they said. I wonder though, because I saw this with Floyd, and we gonna get back on topic though. I saw this with Floyd. He came out and said like recently, he's like, yo, stop giving my kids money. So if y'all want to start a business, y'all want to finish school, I'll give you the money to start it up. I'll front it, but there's no more handouts for them. At what point do you think, you feel me, same type of thing with Bron, like, at some point, Bronny gotta make his own way. You feel me? Like, at some point, I mean, Bryce got some years, but at some point, you feel me, they gonna have to make their own way. I can't see, because you mentioned money not a problem. Money not a problem for Bron. When we have kids, you have kids, I know you have a child. I know you think this way too. This ain't your money. I'm a billionaire. I hope y'all hearing that because you're my seed. You're my seed, but let's get this straight. Yeah. You better be doing those extra suicide rates because I'm the billionaire.
Mm-hmm. He's starting out. That's good. He's starting.
That's what I'm with Mayweather on that. Like, I would never get to that extent of just giving out handouts, but he has money that he don't know what the heck to do with. Yeah. So he could afford to give his kids handouts for 10 years and then be like, let's cut it off now. We can turn the faucet off now.
Right.
Sidebar, well, I don't know what they was doing. They remind me of the people in the Bible. They got the talents and they hit them. How good they giving y'all money and y'all ain't established nothing yet? His ex-wives have gotten businesses.
See how I do it, man.
His ex-wives is making money.
I don't get a sense of entitlement from Bronny. I don't really get that feeling from him. I don't know why. I think when you're not the best player on your team every single time you play and you have to get it.
I think Bronny on purpose.
Yeah, he put him in a situation where he wasn't going to be the guy. He could have easily sent him to some no-name school and had him average some 30 points.
He did something about Orange High School.
Yeah, and he would have killed. Oh my God. Yeah. It's true though. He doesn't send him anywhere, and the kid would average 30. Averaging 30, averaging 25 doesn't mean anything. It's about how you play the game. Yeah. And Bronny has a lot of good. He has winning habits in his game. He does a lot of good things. So I think he'll be an NBA guy when it's all said and done. I can see it.
Exactly. If he hit that growth spurt, he come back this summer. Come back.
The junior?
Yeah. He come back to see Eric Cannon. 2023 talking about he's 6'6", 6'7". Ooh, it's scary hours for them then. It's scary hours for them. Yeah. Cap of fact. Go ahead.
No,
cap of facts. How this go? I'm gonna say a statement. You say cap of facts, and then y'all could expound on that if you like. Juwan Howard and Greg Gard both should have been suspended. Cap of facts.
Facts.
I completely agree because if we go on look at the video, he put hands on him first.
Yep.
And as everybody mentioning, as everybody know, we not even going to go on the race factor. As a man, no, you don't put your hands on me.
Right.
Especially in a situation where it's common sense. We just lost. I'm heated. Don't touch me. Mm-hmm. And he kind of just just gave the way getting a fine.
And before that, he was throwing it in his face too. Like, the timeout was crazy.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Like, time was wild. Yeah.
So it's like you blowing your team out, I'm still shooting threes.
Wild disrespectful. For timeout with 15 seconds left. I would never even think to do something like that.
I hope they play again in the tournament.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
I want to ask that. They make a tournament, you think? Michigan? They're like 18 and 13.
He's not suspended for the Big Ten tournament.
No, just a 5-season game.
They're a bowl team. Yeah. Probably get it.
I don't think they're going to make the NCAA unless they win, like run the table in the Big Ten.
Yeah, good start.
Speaking of some teams in the NCAA, complete sidebar because I know we are versatile here and we're able to do that. Every time. It wasn't. I really wasn't going that route. I really wasn't. I just know, for example, like they just mentioned, right? So I sent you the docket just so you were aware. These jokers barely read the docket and able to come on the show and be able to talk on the topic. So that's what I was referencing because you were ready and had a list. These jokers that are on top of the head. So I could ask them, hey, do you think Tiger Woods is going to be okay? It's like they versatile in that aspect. How you see? What's your thoughts on UConn, and what's your thought on Rutgers? Rutgers has some so far this season. Rutgers men have beaten a couple big ranked teams, and then UConn had that big win recently. RJ Cole did his thing. What's your thoughts on those two teams going into March Madness?
I think Rutgers is cool, but they're not going to really do too much in the tournament. I mean, they blossomed early on, and now they're kind of folding a little bit. They've kind of fallen back to the mean in the Big Ten. So, I mean, it's good for New Jersey that we got teams that are actually playing good basketball, but they're not a threat in the tournament. And then UConn, I mean, UConn's always been one of those teams that just give them a chance in the tournament and they can make a run at it. So they got a good coach who shows a lot of fire. And
Hurley's a nut.
maybe a little too much because it got him thrown out of that game the other night. But I think that this team is built up with some of the right pieces.
So Rutgers' problem has been the same for years. They don't have any shot creators.
No.
Last shot creator they had was Corey Sanders, and I can remember those years. You remember Corey Sanders, and they weren't even that. Yeah, that was a minute ago, and they weren't even that good during that time. They were just kind of it was him and Geo Baker. They were just kind of starting to get the nucleus of that team together. But again, Piper does a great job coaching defense, but offensively, those teams have been challenged for as long as I can remember, and that's their ceiling. That's why they're a team with the ceiling. If you're gonna ask me if we're gonna compare both those teams, UConn to Rutgers, UConn has a greater chance of making a run into the tournament, a far greater chance than Rutgers does. Rutgers will play great defense, and they do it every single night. They play so hard. But there's no shot creator on that team, and there's no NBA talent on that team. Ron Harper Jr. is not an NBA talent. It's unfortunate. I wish he was. Jersey kid, I wish he was, but he's not.
Overseas though?
Yeah, for sure.
No,
or maybe G League, but you know his brother coming up in high school right now. He goes to Don Bosco. I think he looks like the brighter player. Which is usually, it's funny how that works. By the way, the older brother, I can relate to that.
Yeah.
But but it's crazy. I think that UConn definitely has a great chance to make a little run in this tournament with their guard play. RJ Cole, they got other good guards too. They've got Jalen Gaffney, the Jersey kid they have on the team.
Mm-hmm.
He's good. Playing with Team Rio, I remember him.
I'm trying to get the plug. My man's who I'm the godfather of his daughter is cousins with RJ Cole. I'm trying to get that plug.
I feel like everybody's cousin with RJ Cole. Who's this guy?
Josh Peterson.
Okay, see, everybody's cousin. I know some kids that were cousins with RJ Cole too, or whatever. I feel like that kid's well connected.
We gotta get some.
Try to get him on.
I gotta get some bigger.
He's a pro.
Some bigger names on here. You feel me?
He's a pro.
Kemba Walker is done in the NBA after this season. Kappa facts.
Cap. I think he can play be a backup somewhere.
Done.
Career.
Yeah. Kappa facts.
I didn't know his name was Westbrook.
Stop the cat. That's cat.
Will y'all see him possibly flourishing? Because
he'll never flourish again.
No.
He's a good backup.
Do you think he can accept that role though?
He's going to have to. I mean, he's done what he's done in the league, and it's come to that crossroads in his career where he's got to make a choice. Do I want to play in the league, or do I want to, flame out a little bit?
Do you think he can help out
I would make that choice.
Yeah.
Do you think he can help out a championship team, or is it just more of a role where you just go on whatever team?
Solid minutes, yeah, he could.
Defensively is an issue. I don't know.
He'd be out of the league.
What about your defense?
He'd be out of the league within the next 3
thing
years.
with IT though.
That's why IT's not on a championship team though, or a team at all. Defensively, you're.
Hey, I don't like that giggle though, right there.
IT should be in the NBA, but he's not.
You know how. You know how. That's a soft spot. Don't laugh with IT. Yeah, no.
I like IT. He should be in the league.
Like
yes, but not. Can you play for a championship team?
He could.
With that kind of being a defensive liability.
I mean,
like that.
Right now, Phoenix will use him right now.
Be a 6-man.
Phoenix Suns are using him right now, just for a little.
Just
minutes.
Yeah, just go get buckets. He still is a bucket getter. His first game back in the G League, 45.
I mean, because he's too good for that.
Yeah,
that's my point. So get him on a team and just let him play his role. Just go get buckets. We just was watching the Bulls game. Do we really expect Zach LaVine to go lock somebody up? Granted, Zach LaVine is 6'6", 6'7". But I'm just saying, when you know who players are, we have that all over the league. We know certain players do not play D and will not play D and will refuse to play D. Just let him then play his role. There's some teams in this league that need buckets. And then, of course, they're not a championship team, but LA, Rob Pelinka, give it another shot and just let him play his game.
I understand that either. He should have stayed. The Bucks could use him right now too. The Bucks need him.
Just a hired assassin. That's it. You're never going to have your own team again. It's not going to be Boston. Just come in, give me 15, 20 minutes.
Go in and score. That's it.
Give me 15, 20 minutes. Put the ball in his hand. Do whatever the heck you want to do. Mm-hmm. Most nights, he'll still probably going to give you 15, 20 minutes. He'll give you 10 to 12 points. And especially a team like the Lakers, y'all need points because Bron not going to be able to do this completely all by himself. LeBron going to have to average 40 for the rest of the year.
And Kendrick Nunn's still out.
And Kendrick Nunn is still out. Y'all still holding on hope to Kendrick Nunn to come back.
He's probably done for the year.
That's another thing. It's none of my business.
that was dad joke X.
Yeah,
like that was.
That's strike 2 you're on, sir.
It was bad.
You're on strike 2, sir.
Cap or facts? Kanye West, documentary genius so far in these first 2 episodes, has changed your perspective of him. Cap or facts?
It's kind of like split.
Yeah, I'll say
it's a little bit of a split there. I mean, I kind of already knew what happened to him previously when he was, first coming up. Mm-hmm. People doubted him, but you get a better chance to see like firsthand how slept on he was coming up.
Crazy.
But then, like, you can't ignore everything that's come after.
That's next week's episode too.
You can't ignore that. Like, this guy's just lost it.
I think he was done with his mom. His mom passed away. I think it was over.
Yeah.
Seeing her support in this, I can see why you went downhill after that, losing your mom. To see her support and how much, like, bruh, crazy. We don't know that many parents that rock with their kids like that, especially in something that still isn't fully accepted in the Black community by parents. Rap. She's there, legit rapping his lyrics like, "Hey, Kanye, you remember that song? It went like this." Mm-hmm. Go to his poetry jam talking about,
I love it, yeah.
Kanye, you snapped.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I liked how you got real political there.
I'm like, bruh, my respect level for him has gone up. You were privy to know that stuff. I didn't know that stuff, and seeing his journey and seeing the amount of no's he took and just kept going. For me, that gave me chills because it was inspirational in that regard. Like, this man through the wire, that was all out of his own pocket. And it was funny. He was talking that trash, and then Dame came in, switched it up. So this is the music video. But to be sneaking in the studios and seeing like the live action of Pharrell listening to the song, like, yo, you cold.
Crazy.
Seeing how slow jams was made. Shout out to Jamie Foxx too. For him to so seamlessly just go in the studio, like that type of stuff. I love seeing the genius
at his crib too.
At his crib. To see the genius of some of these musicians and athletes, how they go about the process. This man got in the studio. He's in the booth like, just thinking, then it just comes to him. She said she wants some Marvin Gaye. Had all the ad libs, Smokey Robin. I'm like, yo, the genius, Jay-Z sits there. Kanye's like, he nervous. He said he's nervous. I don't know what he's doing. And it just comes to Jay-Z. H to the is O, E to the is A. Like seamlessly like that. Just effortlessly.
Yeah.
That aspect of it too, I love that. And shout out to his man Cootie.
Word, I'm about to say that.
Yo,
how you know how to? That's crazy to record that in 2000. Like it's
exactly. Now we in 2022. You got 20 years of footage of this man's story. That's the biggest thing I took from too. Like, yo, this man had his own comedy career. He was doing his own thing.
Shout out to him.
And he didn't get offended when, as expected, Kanye hit a certain level. Like, yo, I need Hype Williams to do my Jesus Walks video. And I thought, I'm watching this, I'm like, oh, this is probably right where they gonna have a rift or something. Like, I've been with you from day one. We both from Chicago. You gonna do this to me? My man laughed at him in his face. He said, "You'll be back, Kanye. You not gonna like it. You gonna call me." 3 weeks later, hey Cootie, man, I ain't like how they did the video. He still ended up doing it.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to Cootie, bro. Shout out
That's crazy.
to Cootie to have the foresight of that. That to me is mind-boggling. 20 years of footage.
It's crazy. That's crazy.
Kid from Chicago that was just making beats.
Yep.
Look at the phones though back then, 2000. Phones was crazy. So the phone he
The
had,
flip.
I think I had the same. I was an Ericsson. I think I had that same phone. That was an Ericsson. You remember Ericsson?
What?
That's too young. Yeah, that's too young. There's a phone called Ericsson. A phone.
That's
It's crazy. You know about Nextel?
yeah, I know about next time.
Right.
Yeah, we gonna post that clip right there and probably gain like a whole genre of followers right there, age bracket. Oh, it was about Ericsson. Oh, they might have to tune into this episode.
Yeah, Walkmans back then. Walkmans is still on the style. It doesn't delete the BS for him, but it puts him in a different light. That's
Yeah,
for sure.
the next week's episode is gonna be interesting. I just want to see then like with him getting this film of seeing the decline of the Kanye that we knew. And they allude to that conversation of the old Kanye versus the new Kanye.
Yeah.
And even on the first episode, they showed a little clip where he's about to tweet something. He was like, yo, you think I should tweet this?
Don't do that.
They said don't do it. He still tweeted it. You see what I'm saying?
He's definitely a weirdo.
Yeah.
For sure.
We gonna end
No,
off
real
the
talk.
we gonna end off the show with some NFL free agency talk. We know our followers, y'all love NFL year round. Y'all are fiends for the NFL, so we're gonna mix in a little bit NFL free agency talk. We're gonna break it down each episode into certain positions. So this episode, we're gonna touch on the quarterbacks and the running backs. I'm gonna say these names. There's 5 of each quarterback and running back, right? I say the name, stay or leave. And if you think they're leaving, what do you think would be the best fit for said player? Starting off, quarterbacks, Jameis Winston. Stay or leave?
Yeah,
Stay.
That's his best bet.
Right.
He was playing well before that too.
Know the system.
Yeah, you know the system.
No competition there either.
Yeah, no
Who's
competition.
the competition? It was Taysom Hill. Okay, yeah.
Sure.
Teddy Bridgewater.
Gone.
Yeah, leaving.
He's out.
Where's a nice fit for Teddy?
Backing up somewhere.
Leaving. The Broncos gonna try to upgrade.
He
that
was
position.
doing good at first, and he just
But he's cool. He's one of those guys that gets you by. But he's
Bridge
never gonna
quarterback?
win. Yeah.
Bridge quarterback.
Bridgewater.
Yeah.
Bridgewater.
He catches up to him. But
Marcus Mariota.
leave.
Leave, yeah.
Where's he at right now?
Suitors.
Raiders backing up Derek Carr.
He's gonna be a starter probably for the.
Starter.
Yeah, he's gonna be a starter probably for the
I'm interested.
Giants or the Steelers.
Who you root for long now?
Who, me?
Yeah, where's your team?
I'm a Packer fan.
Oh, this makes a lot of sense. Okay. I was like,
Maybe
what?
a starter.
I mean, he could go to Miami.
And
you
you go
think-
to the Giants and back them up, but damn.
No,
Do you-
Tua is good.
Speaking of, because of course you want to show you, we gotta ask. You think A-Rod is staying with y'all?
Aaron Rodgers is definitely staying. That's a fact.
His best fit is Indianapolis.
You're a Colts fan.
No, Jets fan.
I'm a Jets
Why we go to Indianapolis?
I just think it's run its course in Green Bay.
That's true
There's
too.
too much bad blood.
I hope if he does leave, I hope he go to San Fran. I'll take Trey Lance back.
Oof. Oof.
If he does go, I like Trey Lance.
I
For
don't
our-
think
for our
they're giving
system?
him up.
For our system, I like him.
This has been incredible.
Oh, if you want Aaron Rodgers, we'll definitely get him up. Whatever you want from over there, we get.
Oh yeah. If Aaron Rodgers is on the table, you get in a haul.
We
We
don't
heard
lose.
what we was talking about. They was possibly giving up for Deshaun Watson, and A-Rod, he ain't got no massage issues or nothing like that.
Oh my god.
He was about land everywhere in Tennessee and stuff.
You feel me? He'll be fine in San Fran. I mean, he might have to get the vax because I know Cali strict over there, but you know, you ain't gonna have to. And he caught off the engagement, so he free
crazy, too.
flowing.
That's crazy.
He free flowing, man.
I sent you that article a couple of weeks ago. I don't know if you remember reading it about their relationship.
Yeah,
Big political
Pat
differences
Mahomes.
in the relationship.
Pat Mahomes might be next.
Hey, Russell Wilson did it first.
Pat Mahomes definitely raised rankings.
Yeah, Russell Wilson set the playbook for that.
I'm gonna see Pat Mahomes in an ad for John Deere, and he's never gonna look back.
Cam Newton, Cam Newton, stay or leave.
What?
Stay or leave for Cam.
He'll be released. Yeah, he's done.
Done out the league.
He's funky. He's done.
Funky Friday.
Funky Friday.
He's going to be a backup probably for the Cowboys. And I'm a Cowboys. If I'm a Cowboys fan, I'll definitely take him as a backup.
I mean, you could put packages in there.
I would love that, actually. Please bring the dysfunction into your locker room. I'm sure at some point you'll be arguing about who's better between Dak and Cam.
No.
Cam's just going to be. It's going to have Cam's going to come in relief, and
they got their quarterback.
I
use him the same way the Raiders are using Mariota.
I agree in theory it all works, but Cam is weird. He has an ability to come into a game. And he just kind of makes everything his own. He has a different aura to him.
Like you kind of,
but he's not going to get in no game because Dak Prescott is their quarterback. That's it.
Kind of like you mentioned too last episode. We brought up the similarities between Kyler and Cam's leadership style. When everything is going great, they're the best leaders in the world. They flying around and they got the motivational speeches and all that. When things don't go well, Cam, Kyler sulking on the bench, towel on their head. I don't think, this is my personal opinion, but again, it's the Dallas Cowboys, so they would do something like this. Bringing Cam there, I love Cam, but that's not a good option for the locker room.
I think
he's too big of a personality.
But the Cowboys need it. If Jerry say, listen, or even your GM Steven, the son, if he say, listen, we want something to a 1-year deal to be a backup. That's all you got. Keep it 100 with him from the jump. You're not starting. You know you're not starting.
Or he could be a bridge quarterback somewhere else.
Yeah.
Hey, I think it would be good for his brand. They'll keep it funky in Dallas. Keep it funky Friday in Dallas.
But he better focus.
You about to lose Amari Cooper. He's getting cut. You got money to sign to a 1-year deal. It's for backup. Because who y'all quarterback?
I don't know.
His name Jones.
You haven't been on the show in a while. I gave up that narcotic. I don't be messing with the Cowboys.
Joe's a Cowboys fan. Shout out to my brother Joe.
Shout out to Joe. Styles_Flea 01 free clothing. Shout out to him. Andy Dalton, stay or leave.
Who?
Andy. All right, running backs. Leonard Fournette.
He's leaving. Can't sign him. No money to sign him. Everybody came back from the Bucks on a 1-year deal.
What do you think Leonard could? Can Leonard go somewhere else and start?
Yeah, the Raiders.
Cordell Patterson.
Stay. He has to stay.
I hope he leaves. I would love to have him.
His best year was.
I would love to have him here
in that offense. Yeah. Watch, he's gonna go somewhere else. Someone's gonna. Giants. They're gonna give him a lot of money, and it's not gonna work out.
Hold on.
Galloway.
The Giants are gonna do a lot of changes. Okay, so say a Saquon trade is imminent. It could happen. I'm just saying, and if it does, we'll need a guy who can walk in there and take those and fill those medium-sized shoes.
You don't want to build his trade value up?
Huh?
You don't want to build that trade value up?
By midway through the season, then he would have done it. If you fix the O-line, then he'll look like Saquon. And I'm not paying him. You would do the same. I'm sure you're in the same boat. You're knowledgeable. You're not paying Saquon Barkley to come back the next year. There's no way I can bring him back. The team has other holes. It was bad to bring him in the first place with that pick. It didn't make any sense. Positional value it makes no sense. So the Giants have to completely strip this thing down to the studs, and I think they'll compete while doing what I do. But I think that Saquon's will be collateral damage.
So he'll be traded this offseason.
This offseason at the latest.
On release, yeah.
No release.
You can't
be traded.
You gotta get some.
He's gonna get traded.
Yeah, you can't build his value up because he might get hurt.
Exactly. You can't risk trying to build his value up because it might be game one, injured out for 4 weeks.
You also can't trade him now because the value is not high enough because the injuries he's coming off of. So you kind of have no choice. So you play him, and by mid-trade deadline, you look to make a move.
No, you wait till after the drive is over with. Then you look to get rid of him.
And this is football, by the way. If he walks away, we get a compensatory pick. That's the way it works. If Emmett Ingram walks away this offseason, we get a compensatory pick. That's the way it works. Yeah.
Oh, sounds good.
That's why.
Melvin Gordon.
That's why my face looked like World War III when you said it was Melvin Gordon. When he said Marcus Mariota was starting over Daniel Jones, I had an aneurysm. I don't know what he was talking about. But that's why.
Mariota's better.
That's spicy. That's
You think Daniel Jones is good?
I think Daniel Jones is better than Marcus Mariota.
What about Mr. Trubisky?
Yes. What are we talking about?
That's debugging.
No, I totally think that he is.
G.
Huh?
He's a starting quarterback next year.
Daniel Jones?
Mitch.
Oh, who?
There's
The
a connection
Giants?
there. There's a connection.
No,
there.
Y'all coaches, the Bills are funny though.
Why the hell would the Giants start? Why would the Giants let Daniel Jones walk to bring in Mitch Trubisky to be our starter?
He's gonna walk as a backup. He'll be a backup.
What?
Yeah.
So
What?
hold on. The Giants.
Hold on.
Let me get
You
this
want to
straight.
bring Lennon back?
Let me make it straight. Let's get
You
this
know you can
straight.
bring Saquon
Let's
back.
get this straight.
You know you can bring Daniel Jones.
Let's get this straight. So the Giants are gonna pay Daniel Jones a 5th-year option at $20+ million to have him be a backup. That's what we're talking about.
And all the Giant options.
Huh?
He's out of here. He's not Dable's guy.
Yeah, he's gonna leave.
All right, that's a whole different conversation. You let him bridge, and you franchise until you get your starter. Why the heck would I reset? Daniel Jones have to fall on his face completely for this to be a conversation.
What's the coach?
And I'm sorry.
What's the coach name?
Huh?
The Bull? The coach name. What's his name? Dable. Mitch Trubisky is his starting quarterback. He likes him. That's the Giants.
Oh, so that's our future.
That's the quarterback. Then you go. Mitch is good.
At what?
I mean, he got a bad shape of things.
He's
what?
Yo,
Hold on.
He got an arm. He could run.
You don't think Fields is going to play better without Nagy?
And he's not the coach's boy.
Now Nagy's a problem. Nagy was a genius. He was pegged as a genius the entire time he was there, and now he's the problem. How about the fact they don't draft well? How about the fact they have no whole line? How about the fact that these things weren't in place for these guys to be successful? It was personnel. It wasn't just Nagy. You get rid of Nagy and things are going to change. Your crap's not going to stink. I'm sorry, that's not the case. It's not the case. It's not just a Nagy problem. It's an organizational problem. The Bears are a bunch of losers. They're losers.
Why did the Bears get rid of Trubisky?
Because they didn't build the right way around him for him to be successful.
So you think Andy Dalton's better than Trubisky?
No. What's going on? What was Andy Dalton?
He's a quarterback.
For who?
The Bears.
For the Bears?
Yeah.
So
they got rid of Trubisky.
Yeah.
They signed on Dalton.
Yeah.
And had Justin Fields, which is better than all of them as the backup.
Right.
So the same thing Giants gonna do. Their coach now is his boy is Trubisky. That's their starting quarterback. I'm telling you.
He wasn't a starter back in Buffalo.
You can't start with Josh Allen.
Come on now.
Okay, so wait. You're telling me that the grand plan for the New York Giants is to start Mitch Trubisky
because you need for the Giants. It's the Giants part right here. Giants are like the Knicks. They spend money on the stupidest thing. Giants need to start small.
Like what?
Money wise, the Giants got to start small. You got to build around. You gotta. It's a lot you gotta do. Your whole team need to be revamped.
Facts.
So you gotta start. You can't go ahead. You can't go ahead and spend it. You can't go ahead.
I'm sorry.
You spent so much money on our linebacker for the Packers. What's his name?
Blake Martinez.
Mm-hmm.
Overpaid him.
I agree.
You know what I'm saying? But then now this year you want to restructure his contract. You see what I'm saying? You gotta start just a little bit slower. But I feel like give Trubisky a year. 1 year to see what he does.
That makes a lot more sense. That makes sense.
I'm not saying pay him crazy.
I'm thinking about future quarterback.
Carson Wentz?
I'm lose my mind.
Carson Wentz?
No. They give me. I'll take the unknown Trubisky.
What about Garoppolo?
That's more feasible, even though it would stink. I think
so
if you're bad this year, if you trade back in the draft, you have picks for the next first round next year. You can probably go after a quarterback if you don't like Daniel Jones, and that's more viable than maybe Mitch Trubisky for a year or 2 years, or that'd be a nightmare scenario for every Giants fan to lie. I don't know what
I like Trubisky because he has a rapport with.
Are you saying this year though? Are you saying this year?
Yes, this year.
I don't see that happening. I'd be surprised.
Stay tuned.
I'd be surprised. And you can say this, but I'd be very surprised if Mitch Trubisky's the starter over Daniel Jones in Week 1 for the New York Giants.
I ain't say starting, but he will win the team.
Oh, I mean, I welcome that. I welcome that. By the way, please.
Sony Michel, stay lead.
Rams?
Yeah.
Do they have any money left? I mean, I would say
right.
leave.
Yeah. He'll get a bigger contract somewhere else.
Last one, James Conner.
Stay.
Oh, he funky.
He played pretty well.
Cardinals?
Yeah.
Running back?
Yeah.
He has to stay.
He's a Pro Bowler this year.
He had to stay.
They have probably a bigger holes to fill. I can see him leaving. Running backs are so
open door.
They got to make a choice, him or Chase Edmonds, because he's a free agent too.
Is he?
But
I'll go with Chase. Oh yeah, he's leaving.
Who? Edmonds?
No, Conner don't leave.
I think he's gonna leave. They have bigger.
I think Chase is better.
They just make it host to
I
Philly.
think the Cards probably think that's the case too.
6th round guy. They're gonna find a 6th round guy from like Marshall or something, and they're gonna.
Right.
That's just what it's
Marshall. Oh man, but y'all know the vibes. If you stay ready, you don't gotta get ready. We out, bench mob. Peace.
Peace.